Hi, I'm Kate, lost in Fantasylands. Let's talk about Genshin's 5.7 special program. I just watched this earlier today, like everybody else, of course, and I'm super excited, and there's so many things to talk about. So, without wasting any more time, let's start with Skirk. Skirk is finally coming as a playable character, and we will, of course, get her story quest as well. That is what everyone obviously already expected. However, I do think that the special program did show a few extra hints. First of all, just to get this out of the way, we do have confirmation that Skirk does use abyssal powers, but that she masks these to appear and act like cryo-elemental powers. I personally find this explanation to match the so-called laws of the vat, but it is understandable if you wanted her to be pure abyss. Now, the more interesting thing, Skirk is a mermaid? No, I'm not talking just about her design. I mean, that is a huge part of it. She literally has a fishtail when she uses her powers. And it looks absolutely awesome, I'm not going to lie. But more than that, she seems to have quite a few traits that are associated with mermaids. Okay, to be fair, mermaids in myths and fairy tales are quite diverse. Some are beautiful but monstrous, using their looks, voices, and music to lure sailors to the ocean depths and to their ultimate graves. But there are also those mermaids that are sad, misunderstood, and often doomed to an unfortunate ending. And Skirk, she seems to have traits from both of these archetypes. She's definitely beautiful and has powers that make her extremely dangerous. She plays a musical instrument, but she does so alone, as if she's reminiscing about some sad event in her past. Knowing Hoyo, I'm already preparing for a crying session. Although there is still hope, she is not animal after all. Another interesting point is that her quest seems to be about her helping us, the travelers, rather than the other way around. And speaking of that, why are we now having nightmares? How come there seems to be some abyssal corrosion within us? We have been hearing about these things again and again all over the Vat, but the traveler has always been the solution rather than the one suffering from the problem. Oh, and before I forget, these eyes? Is this the foul Certology? That would be so cool. And is this connected to the dying stars that they mention in the first trailer and the parasite that steals powers from the vat? I am not sure who is talking there because I don't know the Japanese voices. So there are many, many questions that we need answers for. But about the Archon quest. I mean, there is the sleeve on the promo art, so we already know that we're in for a treat. However, just with the special program, there are already so many things that they are throwing at us. We've come on a spaceship? Okay, well, that makes sense, but I was kinda surprised about it. I mean, we start the game flying already high up in the skies. Where exactly were we parking that supposed spaceship? I didn't see it. Anyway, to more pertinent questions. The Loom of Fate has done what it was intended for, and the Abyss Sibling wants to stop us from changing fate? I thought they wanted exactly the opposite. Whatever the case, we seem to be in for another fight in Natlan, and this time Dainsleif will be taking a more direct approach. I can't believe we get to see him in action. We'll also get to meet another person from Canria, and her design seems very interesting. It's quite different from what we've seen until now, and the flowers in her hair are very reminiscent of those that Lumine has. Finally, time. We already know that time doesn't work the same way in Tevat as it does in our world, which also alludes to the line in the trailer that Tevat is outside the real universe. And of course, to all the old hints we've been getting about the fake sky, the Samsara like experience in Tevat, and so on and so on. I really, really hope that we finally get some answers about all of this. But for now, the Abyss Sibling cannot miss the chance to reunite with us 500 years in the past. Is she/he going to travel back in time? or another 500 years in the past is coming in the future after we finish our journey as a restart of the journey? I am very unsure about this part because there are some differences between the English subtitles and what is actually being said in Japanese. Also, please bear with me, my Japanese is a bit rusty. There are two suspicious lines. The first one is the Abyss Siblings. In Japanese, they actually say, "Futari no arata na hachimari ga matteru." A new journey for us is waiting. To me, that is far more vague than the English subtitles, which say that the journey will begin anew, which would suggest that the story will, in a way, reset or restart. The other one is from an unknown character.
夜はここで終わる。だが、お前の旅はまだまだ続く。
Here, the subtitles say ascent, while the real translation of tabi is actually simply journey. I can't speak Chinese, so I don't know which translation is more correct, but it's bugging me quite a lot. As for the trailer about Nod-Krai at the end, it's obviously amazing. What else can I say? We've already heard about all the factions from the web event, but it's awesome to see the more fleshed out locations and characters. The Snowland phase giving strong Rokadevata vibes, so we're most definitely in for even more crying. At the end, we also get to have our first look at Alice, as well as some interesting glowing creature that flies off to what looks like a very ominous Fatui war machine? Or airship? Airship for war? Whatever it is, I really can't wait for all of this. Oh, and finally, not so much lore, but this was just so funny to see. We'll be able to cast Spongify in Genshin with Dahlia. I mean, I miss those old Harry Potter games so much. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you another time.